So here's another shoulder press machine, a hammer strength machine. So you can see it, kind of from the front here, right? I'm back at the campus gym. Oh, mirror shot there, right? But I thought this was a great example of just yet another variation that you might see in some machines. So this has a moment arm that changes, and notice there's a cable here, right? But it's not changing because of a cam. It's changing simply because of the way that cable is attached to this end of the lifting arm as the arm moves through space. So if we look at the axis is right here, okay? This little guy. Now, watch what happens to this distance. Again, right? Our line of pulse here, moment arms here. So just picture the distance between about where my thumb is there and my pinky, right? Because it would be, if you extended this force line, right? And we're not perfectly lined up, really need to be about here, but if you extend this force line, so you can draw a perpendicular line between that and the axis, that distance is your moment arm. Now I want you to keep that in your head and watch what happens to this. The angle of this cable as I move this implement, right? As I lift it up, check out the angle change. Now, because that angle is changing, that means our moment arm is actually changing too. It actually gets longer here as we go up into the range, right? Can you picture how if you drew a perpendicular line between that cable and the axis here, it would be longer than the line down here at the bottom, right? Because the force angle is getting more perpendicular to this arm right here. So as it becomes more perpendicular, you're getting an increase in the moment arm there, which means that the resistance is going to increase as you come up into this range. Again, I know my angle's not perfect because I'm having to do this, lift it with one arm and then hold the camera with the other, so I can't zoom out as much as I would like. But again, just watch how this changes from the bottom. Here we are, as a certain length, and the moment arm actually increases in length because the angle or the orientation of that cable changes, and that might be something we want. So it actually, the resistance will increase as we get towards the top of the rep up here compared to down here. And remember that typically when we're doing a pressing motion, the sticking point or the difficult point is at the bottom or towards near the bottom. And it's relatively significantly easier when we get towards the top of the rep. So as that arm starts to go up, we're likely to have less trouble lifting it, so it would make sense for it actually to get harder towards the top, for us to get more, to encounter more resistance as we get towards the top of that rep. So ponder that a little bit. It's another example of a shoulder press, very different from the plate loader shoulder press video that I did earlier. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and there's, as always, more to come.